the ship, the TIE fighters. Like, I don't even know what that sounded like. Oh my god, probably sound terrible. You were all so wrong about Star Wars Outlaws. I knew it. I knew it, man. I knew it the second I saw the first trailer. Star Wars Outlaws has gotten so much hate leading up to the release of this game. But before we get too far into it, I'm going to go through the pros, the cons, my experience of the game. We're going to get well and truly into it. But for now, a quick little disclaimer. So I've been playing Star Wars Outlaws for about 10 hours, and this is just a full opinion-based first impressions, not a comprehensive review, but what to expect out of the first 10 hours and what I think about the game. And I gotta say, everyone was so wrong about the game, man. I do have to say thank you very much to Ubisoft ANZ for giving me access to Star Wars Outlaws, and of course, my very own Nix to bring in with me on my adventure. Thank you so much to Ubisoft. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. But in saying that, just because I am a Ubisoft partner, I have no sponsorship standing with them. So everything you're hearing is my own personal opinion of the game. So there are cons. There's 100% cons of the games. And we even are going to talk about some of the previous Ubisoft titles. But that's it. We've spoken enough. Let's get into it. So Star Wars games have been doing pretty well lately. So we obviously got Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, and even the recent Star Wars Squadrons. All have been doing really well, suspiciously, considering the movies and TV shows are not doing well. Personally, I think Jedi Fallen Order was like the best out of those three. Survivor didn't quite get that itch for me, and Rogue Squadrons just got a bit repetitive. I mean, all you were was flying a ship, but it was visually stunning and gave you exactly what the game was offering. But in saying that, Star Wars has a little bit of a special place in my heart. I used to watch those movies with my mum. We'd go to the cinemas together, every single release. Oh man, good times, good times. But at the moment, Star Wars is on shaky grounds, and Jedi Survivor was really looking a bit shaky to a lot of people. The general public really didn't like this game. I mean, so many videos were crapping on the recent gameplay trailer, and I'll give it to you. That trailer had some terrible graphics and combat in it. Like, there was one scene of a grenade blowing up. I'll put it behind here. There was one scene where a grenade blew up and you're like, that did not look good. And I agree with you to a certain point. However, I stood my ground saying Star Wars Outlaws is going to be a good game. And I swear to you, everyone else was wrong. So Star Wars Outlaws, let's just go straight into the pros and the cons. So the pros, gameplay, man. Gameplay. Once again, the most beautiful comparison I can give is gameplay. This is so much like Uncharted. Now, a lot of people haven't played Uncharted, I found out, but a lot of people I know have. The stealth, the combat, even the melee aspect and the exploration, so much driven from Uncharted. The way you explore and attack different areas, it's just so much like Uncharted. The way you climb, you grapple, you stealthily go around knocking out guards until you decide to go, you know what? It's time to cook. Start shooting out your blaster. And the combat is so much fun. The combat and gameplay, it just really brings it around. There is an open world to explore. However, from what I've seen so far, it's kind of dead. There's not a lot to do in the open world, but there is so many missions, side missions, intel, mainline story quests that will send you out on your speeder to explore this open world. And your speeder is the best thing in this open world. It is gorgeous. Graphically, it is stunning in this open world landscape. It is amazing, but it's not all positives with the graphics. There's things that just could have been better. Like, obviously, I just came off the back end of playing Black Myth Wukong. If you haven't checked out that video, that has gotten some interesting comments. Anyway, I stand by it. I stand by my opinion, but check out that video if you like. But just like that, I came off Black Myth, which has some fantastic graphics. All it has is graphics. When Star Wars Outlaws, when you stand back and you look at the open world, it is stunning. It's gorgeous, and I can't fault it. However, when you're going through vents, which you seem to go through vents a lot, just the detail quite isn't there. Somehow where the shadows hit, it's a bit grainy. Like, it's just not quite detailed. So the details is where Star Wars Outlaws graphics just might lose you there. On a grand scale, gorgeous. The lighting spectacular. The way the world is designed is amazing. But the details could be better. And I think this is really justified when you go from a cutscene to actual gameplay. You can definitely feel that step down. But that's the graphics. So gameplay, fantastic. Graphics could be better, but overall it is a positive. But sound design, oh my god, guys, sound design is incredible. Something about Star Wars games, you know, there's always those sounds in Star Wars where the blaster goes off, the ship, the TIE fighters, like, I don't even know what that sounded like. Oh my god, probably sound terrible. The sound design is amazing. They somehow took all the old school soundtracks and made them new. You sit back in action sequences and it's just stunning. I mean, check this out. Yeah, man. It's just gorgeous, man. I love it. Oh my god, I forgot about the puzzles. So to open up certain doors, there's different puzzles, and most of them are really great. They're simple, but they're not enough to complain about. They're actually entertaining every time you do it. And I think that's one of the biggest things I can give about Star Wars Outlaws is it's entertaining. And I feel like, personally, that's what Black Myth Wukong was missing for me. Because it was just a boss rush, there was no entertainment in between. It was just get good, get better, beat the next boss. Star Wars Outlaws, have fun. Attack each place the way you want to and just enjoy the game. You are tackling the underworld of the Star Wars universe. Finally, when The Mandalorian came out, that's what I thought was going to happen. I thought Mando was this character that goes on jobs, tackles the underworld, and just goes gritty with the Star Wars universe. I mean, everyone talks about that one Star Wars movie where we had the casino part. I know that whole area of the movie pretty much didn't matter. The part I loved about it, though, was people making money off the war. The casino was so dirty. This is how people were living outside of the Force and the Sith, the Jedi. This is how people were living. This is how people were getting rich. And I was like, this is interesting. Finally, something outside the Star Wars world that isn't just like the Skywalkers being dicks. I mean, yeah, that's all they were. And I think Star Wars Outlaws takes that and runs with it. So, like, the overall story is interesting. If not, it probably could have been a bit more compelling. Granted, that's in what I've experienced so far. So far, when it comes to your reputation level, there's 3 factions you can choose from. You can either help them or kind of stab them in the back, or help other factions might hurt your ranking with a different faction. It's an interesting system, and I do rate it. I do think it works very well here, and that's the interesting part, is you can choose your sides. You choose the underworld. I mean, there's the Hutts. It was very hard not to just choose the Hutts every time, because I just wanted to please Jabba. I've got to make him happy. He's going to send me down in the pit and I'm going to have to fight that thing. I ain't doing that. But the underworld section, I think, is a very underrated part of the Star Wars universe that isn't explored more. Like Rogue One, obviously it connected back to the main story, but it was gritty, which made it that much better, I think. So Star Wars Outlaws, 10 hours in, I am really, really enjoying my time. And I think you will too. I think if you've just all of a sudden pushed out Star Wars Outlaws, nah, I'm not going to play it. People will say it's bad. I'm not going to bother. Don't sleep on this game. Don't sleep on it. Give it a go. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised about how much you enjoy it. We all know Ubisoft. They've had a couple misses recently, but they have had a couple hits. And with Star Wars Outlaws and Assassin's Creed Shadows coming out at the end of this year, yes, Ubisoft, you are killing it. Not to mention the marketing team is killing it for Star Wars Outlaws. But of course, that's what we do here at Microwaves. We play all the latest games, we give some opinions, and we enjoy the hell out of the games themselves. So if you liked it, of course, let me know down below what you think. Are you jumping on Star Wars Outlaws? Are you going to give it a miss? Wait for it to go on sale? Let me know what you think. Like, I understand why people were unsure about it, but all I have to say is don't sleep on the game. Don't sleep on the game. Give it a go. I reckon you'll be pleasantly surprised with what you find. Star Wars Outlaws is killing it. I'm so excited to keep playing it, but for now, that's 10 hours worth of opinion, and you make your own after that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Of course, check out the Black Myth Wukong video. I think that was a bit of a touchy subject for a few people. Go check out the comment section. Yeah, it was a bit interesting, but check out that video. Like this one, comment down below. Subscribe, of course. 2K subscribers by the end of the year. That's our goal, and I need your help to do that. So hit that button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye-bye now.